Hey guys and gals, what's happening? It's Backwoods. Just wanted to talk to y'all about something. I put a video out on the community tab, and I'm not sure how that community thing works. And so basically, it's a song called Revelation by this guy named Dax, and he's a rapper. So it's kind of rap music, but it's a really powerful message. I know some of y'all don't like rap music. I get it. I understand. But it's not necessarily about that. It's about the message. And I think this is really important during these times. You know, we are searching for truth. We are searching for answers. We often question, why are these things going on? Why are these things happening? What is it they're doing over here? What is it they're doing over there? We see the world is full of evil. And I hear a lot of y'all say, this is evil. Man, what they're doing is wrong. It's evil. And yes, it is. I've heard a lot of people talk about the book 1984 and how, real close to what's happening now, And what you got to understand is, like Orwell, for instance, I went and read some history on Orwell. And he started out in a Christian church, okay? And he sort of, he kind of believed in God, but he didn't really love God. And I think a lot of it had to do with during the time frame that he lived, and he's seen a lot of the atrocities that went on, the Spanish and I believe it was talking about the World War I, II, Stalin, Hitler. He lived through them times, so he saw a lot of evil in the world, and that was part of the inspiration of him writing the book 1984. And man, if you really go and read through his history, you'll look at it and you'll be like, dang, man, he went from different things and different ideals, and he was really lost. See, and that's kind of the point of this video. What I wanted to say is that we all search for truth and answers. And the reason why I put that video on my community tab was because my belief, I'm not trying to say that anybody else has to believe this way, but my belief is that, like the book 1984, for instance, let me tell you something. Everything that it talks about in 1984 and everything that we see going on in today's life, guys, I'm gonna tell you, it's in the good book, in the Bible. It's everything that's going on is in the Bible. The beast system, the mark of the beast, the one world currency. If you go and read this stuff, it's all there. And I'm pretty sure y'all fact check me, but I think the Bible's been around quite a bit longer than 1984 has. And I can't help but to think that some of his thoughts, Orwell's, come from his Christian raising. Even though he didn't quite believe, he still spent a lot of time in the church. And then he's seen the evil atrocities. I know a guy that was a Christian, believed in God strongly, and he went over to Iraq and all that over there during the desert storms and all that. And he come back and he didn't believe in God. And one of his questions was why would God allow, such a just God, allow these things to happen? Why would he allow people to, die like that and allow such things to happen? Well, it's one of the things that, basically God, Jesus Christ came to this earth and, he gave us very clear instructions. He died for our sins. His blood is to wash away our sins. And, he stands at the door and knocks. He's a perfect gentleman. And kind of think about that for a minute, that God doesn't force his way upon you, but he gives you that option. And the thing about that is that look at what's going on in the world today. Forced vaccinations, forced quarantines, forced this, forced that. Our government more and more every day is ruling by force. Anything done by force is exactly opposite of God. And when you get opposite of God, you get Satan. And I know a lot of y'all out there, like I said, we all talk and on these live streams and all this, and I know a lot of you folks out there, a lot of you don't believe in God, a lot of you don't want to listen to it, and that's cool, man. That's your choice. I still will be your friend. I will still fight for your rights. I will still love you, and I will still be there for you. And if there is any of y'all out there who are on that fence, you're just not sure, my phone is always welcome. My email is in my about section. I'll just tell you, it is gonefishing.bm@gmail.com. That's gonefishin.bm@gmail.com. And I'll be glad to discuss this with you, and I won't force my beliefs on you. I won't be that kind of person to judge you, because that's not my place. But I've got some questions for y'all out there. I would like for you to go and listen to that song, that rap song. Like I said, I know a lot of you don't like rap. I get it. But it's about the message. What if this isn't a lie? The Bible. What if it ain't a lie? It's very clear. If you don't enter through the gates of heaven, you spend eternity in hell, away from God. So my question to you is what if this ain't a lie? What if this is the truth? What if it's not a coincidence that the Bible wrote about everything going on back many, 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 many years ago? The 144,000, that's not about, there's only 144,000 people going to heaven, okay? If that was the case, then what was the purpose of Jesus Christ? Okay, that was basically a certain set of Jews that were, you'd have to go into the Old Testament and read about it. I haven't studied it a lot, so it's kind of hard for me to speak on it a little bit, but it we are Gentiles, first off. And, Jesus Christ had came to save people, to bring them to heaven. So if the 144,000 thing was true, there wouldn't be no reason for Jesus Christ. So what I really wanted to, I wanted to pose that question. What if it isn't a lie? What if it's the truth, the Bible? What if you do one day, well, let me start it out like this. What if this is the end times we're in right now? What if this is Revelation? What if this stuff we see going on starts moving quicker and quicker? Because it's moving pretty quick. We're seeing things every day. And if it isn't a lie, what if you get to heaven and you're standing at the gates and God says, you were neither hot nor cold, therefore I spew you out of my mouth, and you can't get inside heaven? You know, we're a right now society, and a lot of people out there even like to say, well, what is God doing for me now? Well, what have you asked him to do? That's my question. How faithfully are you following God? You know, it ain't fair for someone to ask, what is God doing for me? Why is God letting this happen? Why don't you ask him yourself? Maybe if you faithfully followed him and you truly believed, maybe you might see some of the miracles. Maybe you might see some hope. Maybe you might not be so depressed, so scared. So worried. You know, we talk about preparing, you know, being preppers and such, and preparing and all that. You know, one of the most important, to me, I think, is the absolute number one most important prep is your mind, and preparing your heart and mind properly. For me, that means reading the Bible. That means when I get them times when I'm down, or when I'm looking, you know, and I'm like, man, what is all this, you know? I pick up the Bible and find comfort. So that's my question to you guys. What do you believe? And how much do you believe in it? What if it ain't a lie? What if you get to heaven and you can't get inside? You know, I love you guys. See a lot of y'all out there. I know it's fun to party down, and we drink and we cuss and we do all this stuff, and I'm guilty of it too. You know, I'm very guilty of it. I don't think that, you know, we, you know, I mean, we're all wrong, you know, okay? None of us are perfect. None of us are always correct. But I just want you to really think deeply about this. Think deeply about, you know, what if it ain't a lie? My neighbor there. What if? You know, I've had some comments, because I've talked about what ifs before, and people say, well, you can't get hung up on the what ifs. Why not? Because if you don't ever talk about what if, I don't think you ever can learn to advance, to further yourself. If someone said, what if I was to, you know, someone back in the past said, what if we took and made something that produced power? And they come up with an engine. You know, they said, what if we done it like this? And they said, we need a gear system. What if we done it this way? You know, the world has always been full of what ifs. And that's one of the ways, you know, you question, you know, what if I done this? What if I invested my money here? You know, so I hope this helps. I hope maybe some people listen. And if you just completely don't want to hear about God and everything, I get it. I'm cool with that. You know, that's on you. But if there is any of y'all out there that would like to talk more about it, I gave you my email, and I'll put it in the description box, and I'll also put it a link to that video. Like I said, it's a rap song. Don't go into it thinking, well, gosh, I got to listen to a rap song. Listen to the message. Watch the video. Actually watch it. It's really powerful. It's a pretty good message. I love all you guys. I hope y'all are having an awesome freaking weekend. Reach out if you ever want to talk. Our conversation will be private. And just remember, when you prepare your mind properly, all else falls into place. Backwoods out.